Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and before I get started with this What a Day post, I have to bring something to y'all attention, even though some of y'all brought it to my attention, and I was just saying it to myself in amazement, but it's been pretty much about to be 3 weeks going into the fourth week that my hair has been looking like this. Look at the definition, look at the shine. Like, look at it. Like, y'all excuse me, because on purpose, I literally just started scrubbing my scalp and all this other stuff. But I was like, no, I need to make a video first before I start combing and doing all this other stuff. But yeah, this is what my hair look like. Now, keep in mind, I have not been wearing anything on my hair. I have not had a bonnet on. I have not put a scarf on, head wrap, nothing. Been laying down on a a stretchy cotton pillowcase. I have some actual satin pillowcases that I have not utilized, but the fact that I have done this and been able to still have so much beautiful look at it. I'm just saying I just had to bring this up first before I get started. So y'all already saw I did the Black owned business spotlight on the products that I've used, the company. Go ahead and get you Dollar Curl Club. Dollar Curl Club. I have very rarely used this, and when I did, I could use it as much or as little as I wanted to. Like, I really, at one point, I said, let me test it out. And I just sprayed. Didn't even really need to do all that because I don't know what kind of magic they got going on over there, but that's a winner. This is one of those companies that whatever y'all are doing to the product, do not change the formula. Do not change it. Don't do it. Yeah. And like I told y'all before, my hair still does not have a scent to it. Like it's not like, ooh, your hair smells sour or something weird like that. Like, my hair still smells like nothing or like the product, a faint scent of the actual products that I used. My scalp, it's dirty, but not really. In a sense, it's doing what it's supposed to do. I have sebaceous glands. My sebaceous glands do what they do. But my hair is still thriving. My hair is growing. My hair is still shining. And I have not put anything on my hair in a week or two, week and a half maybe. And look at it. Anyway, I just had to bring that to y'all attention first. So let me go ahead and get into the What a Day post. All right, y'all. So I had my work clothes on. Today is Wednesday officially, here on the East Coast, which is where I live. I was not notified that I didn't have to come into work today because I was told that it was mandatory for me to come to work. So I've been waiting and hoping that somebody was going to call me. Didn't nobody say nothing. And they actually were in search of another person that they could have to come in, or they were going to end up having to draft somebody to stay over from the prior shift and to come in early from the shift that comes in after us in order to cover that slot, right? Which, of course, inconveniences us. Well, went to work. Pulled into work about 30 minutes ago, right? 30 to 45 minutes ago. Pulled into work, was literally about to back into a parking spot. And my phone starts ringing, and I'm like, I know that's not who I think it is. I said, I know not. I just drove from one side of town to the other side of town. Gas is high. I know that's not who I think it is. Calling me as I'm in the parking lot, was about to get into this parking spot and walk in and go to this meeting before work was going to commence. Yes, it was somebody calling me, telling me, oh, where are you? First thing out of her mouth was, Blenda, where are you? I said, I'm in the parking lot. I just got in the parking lot. I'm about to park my car. Was literally about to put my car in reverse. She said, "Oh, darling, I am so sorry. You are going to hate me. You going to kill me." And it's like I already knew. And I was like, "No, no, no, I'm not going to kill you." She was like, "Oh, I wish I had caught you before you left the house." I said, "Well, y'all normally have been doing pretty good lately by calling me like by noon. I don't know what happened today. I mean, maybe somebody stepped up to the plate and said, I volunteer tribute to take her spot." I don't know, but they didn't need me. And I'm like, okay. But she just kept apologizing, kept apologizing. She was like, "Oh, I'm just so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And I said, "That's okay. You good." Because she was like, she kind of wanted to correct it because it's like, I'm already here. Like, do I need to just try to figure out something for her to do? Why is she here? Because she just drove all the way up here from her house. Like, she got up out of her sleep, got dressed, showered, all of this, got ready to come up in here, and is here on the premises. Like, I was 2 minutes away from clocking in. So she was like, whatever. And then I made sure that I still didn't have to come in tomorrow because I already told y'all, I already saw the handwriting on the wall. I was like, what y'all not finna do is this. I'm going to be submitting that paperwork so I don't have to come in on my 7th day. And there are people who literally have to do this religiously in order to get their 1 day off, because essentially it's half the day because you still got to go to sleep and get an adequate amount of rest before your shift the next day. So, I mean, if you had errands to run, a lot of them people, they be in doctor's appointments all day for themselves, for their spouses, for their children, the grandchildren, whatever. And I shouldn't have to do all of this. I go through all of this just to be able to say, okay, I'm off. I had to submit this paperwork to be off because they were forcing me to come in to work. I wish they really would hurry up and roll out that stuff and get it going and see if it works. Because I just talked to the married man who got divorced. And because he rolled up on me, y'all. He rolled up on me yesterday, like halfway through the shift. It was either it was like a little bit over halfway through the shift because I had just came back from my lunch break. And he came up to me and he was just talking to me about the woman who got fired, basically. And I said, "Look, I'm tired, and yeah, she gone. So that means that's one less body we had. We already was shorthanded before that. When she was there were days they were drafting 4 of us at a time from my shift to stay over. And we looking like, for what?" So, y'all, I'm so sick and tired. But with what he does, they're rolling it out with them. They're starting it off with them to see if it works. And it's basically, if you didn't watch what I put up yesterday, or whatever day before yesterday, I said that it was some kind of way they were implementing it where I'm trying to understand essentially all you doing is saying, "Oh, well, we're not going to draft you to stay over. We're not going to draft you to come in early. We're not going to draft you to come in on your days off. You're going to get your 2 days off and whatever." And I'm just like, okay, but essentially I feel like y'all still are going to be playing off of the people who want overtime and they are volunteering. So if I'm not volunteering, leave me alone. We only have one person that does what I do on my shift that religiously volunteers, and she coincidentally works the exact same schedule that I do, which is Fridays through Tuesdays. And I mean, that works out for me as long as they don't need more than one person to do those things. But yeah, I'm tired. I got rest. I feel like I don't look as bad. I mean, this is obvious because I'm anemic and I haven't, taken my herbs and stuff that I'm going to start back taking once I become fully alkaline again. Once I start my alkaline journey up again fully. I'm working on my skin routine again. I just started it back up 2 days ago. So we're going to see what happens. And I mean, as I'm doing this, it's going to take this off and all that stuff too. So yeah, the little black marks, it takes longer, but I don't know why. For some reason, it starts over here first, and then it starts to peel the little stuff off because of one of the products that I use. After a couple of days of using it, it will essentially start like peeling parts right here. So I'm excited about that. And I'm just like, I need my time off in order to continue to do the stuff I want to do. Like, I do not want to get burnt out. I don't. I don't want to get burnt out. I have had moments where I was on the verge of burning out before, and because I was a social worker, excuse me, because I was a social worker, I understand how that can go. And I really was very enthralled with what I was doing. I loved what I did. And I do plan to return at some point. When, I don't know. I just feel like I need some more time. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I feel like the Lord knew. He knew that all this stuff was gonna happen with the pandemic. And so every time I would apply places that I knew that I was overqualified for, that really was still me being a social worker, the stuff that they were asking me to do, I could do that and then some. Like, I've done that and then some, and I still wouldn't get the jobs. And I'm like, something got to be blocking it. I don't know what it is outside of me dealing with people who I didn't need to deal with anymore, namely my ex. Because of my affiliation with him, a lot of blessings were blocked. That is, it just is what it is. And I've been having so many amazing things to happen for me since our split. I am so grateful. I'm so glad that even though that was terrible and I never foresaw that happening, it is what it is, and I'm grateful for it. But yeah, y'all, I know that at some point in time I am supposed to be a social worker again. That is what I was called to do. I know that. I know that for a fact. When I tell y'all, growing up trying to think of what it is I'm supposed to do and just trying to figure it out on my own, it was like, I mean, they had those tests. Y'all know they had those tests and all that stuff. And I just was like, the fact that my mama went to school for it and never used her degree for that. And I did not even know that that's what she was going to school for. As soon as I settled on it, and I was like, wow, this is exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I claimed my major. And my uncle, who is no longer with us, my Uncle Sonny, that's what we call him, that's his nickname. He has a twin who is still alive. Their names were Mary and Joseph. So yeah, my uncle, I ain't never called him Joseph before. We call him Sonny. Like I said, those of y'all who are from Montgomery and know about the Macedonia community, y'all know that he ran that community center. That was my uncle. But yeah, when I claimed my major, he was like, well, you know your mama. That was her major. I was like, what? And for me to have been her child, to still be her child, you know, I didn't know that that was what her major was. I knew she went to Alabama State University. That's where I always wanted to go. A lot of my other relatives went there as well. And I just always knew I wanted to go there, even though it was still in the city, you know, not far away from home. I just always wanted to go to ASU. And that is what my mama got her degree in. All I literally knew is that my mama got her degree and graduated and just never used her degree. And it just was what it was. Never discussed it. I never knew what her major was. And I'm just like, God has a very amazing sense of humor. Because it's like, she was right there and she never used it. She was right there. And the world needs amazing social workers out here. And I mean, I know at some point I will be a social worker again. I am trying to prepare myself for that. It's a lot. It is a lot. It is a whole lot, especially if you were doing what I did. I was a child protective services social worker, for those of y'all who are new here and haven't heard me discuss what I did before. But yeah, I was a CPS social worker for the Montgomery County Department of Human Resources at the time that I was a social worker. So yeah, y'all, I enjoyed every moment of it. It is what it is. Life happens. And when I tell you life happens for a reason, it is what it is. I've had to understand, like, I really kept saying, why? I love this job. My clients love me. Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, everything happens for a reason. And every single time after I've finally gone through those emotions or whatever, I relearn again. Everything happens for a reason. So just don't question him, and everything is going to pan out and end up being the way that it's supposed to be in the end. So anyway, y'all, let me continue to tell y'all about what's been going on. So yesterday when I was at work, I had an amazing day. It was a long day, but I still had an amazing day nonetheless. And I was with my partner, who is the side heifer's cousin. The side heifer was training in the new department, so we didn't have to see that heifer all night. The only time I even saw her was when I was leaving out when I clocked out. And she had done nothing all day because that area was not operational. And I'm like, y'all are paying people to do nothing. But go off though. So yeah, myself and the cousin, we had an amazing night. It was just some little things that were happening that were out of our control. And I mean, it is what it is, but you would love to have a flawless day. Um, Nobody knows the full story about the woman who is no longer working there outside of myself, and I've been given bits and pieces. Like, I'm just going to tell them the bare minimum because it was spreading like wildfire that she was no longer there. So everybody has been rolling up on me, asking me what happened. And I mean, they like, oh, she got fired. And I'm like, it's not that she got fired per se. She decided that she did not want to pursue anything because they told her that she could appeal the different things that were going on, because a lot of those times they could have been appealed and they would have overturned it. But she just didn't even want to fight anymore, because essentially you're going to fight to stay at a place where you have to always go up against somebody who literally does not have a life that you've known for basically 20 years. You've known this heifer for 20 years and she stay coming at you just because she want to try to run people. It's like, ma'am, you're not a supervisor. You're not any type of a lead. Like, what are you even talking about? Why are you make the same amount of money as me. And they just did a service recognition for this heifer. I was like, y'all let this heifer stay here 5 years. Y'all let her stay here 5 years and she don't do nothing. Oh, okay. Anyway, but yeah, I was just like, child, I ain't got time for it. And then the woman who don't come to work except when she want to come to work, who is over here claiming FMLA, ain't nothing wrong with her. Like, when I tell you everybody knows that there's nothing wrong with this heifer, it's ridiculous. Um, she was just able to scam her way into getting it. We ain't finna go into that. But anyway, why she want to sign up to be an emergency response person on our job, but that wouldn't entail you being at work all the time. And then she keeps on signing up to go over to the new department to do stuff. And it's like, if you would have came to work, you wouldn't even had to do nothing. You could have been on the phone with your kids or whatever you was doing. Like, I don't know. And then somebody approached me yesterday and he was like, I notice a lot of the times when she's not here, it's like leading into the weekend or the beginning of the week. Like, I think she might drink. I was like, sir. He was like, he thinks she might drink. And she's like drunk and getting over hangovers and might have been out partying and all this. I was like, I don't know. I know she lazy though. That's one lazy person. And she been there 5 years as well. She just got here like like maybe a year, 6 months to a year before the side heifer. I'm just like, y'all just let anything in at this point. So yeah, there were two of three people who were there, and I asked my partner the other day. I said, "Have you seen those two men?" And he thought about it. He was like, "You know what? I ain't seen them in a while." So we ain't got but one more person left. Wouldn't surprise me if this heifer just disappears by the time I come back Friday and ain't there. I'm like, I don't know. I'm over all of it at this point. Y'all excuse me in advance because it's back cold. I was gonna do this video yesterday morning, but I had on a shirt that had it took up the entire shirt. It has the department on there. So I was like, unless I would have had my coat on, I wouldn't have been able to even do anything. And like right now, I have my hooded scarf on to cover up my work stuff because I ain't take my work clothes. I was like, let me come right in here because if I don't do this now and I change my clothes, I'm gonna start doing my hair, and I wouldn't have been able to show y'all, the awesomeness that is going on with these. And I haven't. I haven't co-washed. Nothing has been washed. Nothing. And when I tell y'all, who was that I saw the other day? This guy. You could smell his hair. I was like, I can't even smell my hair. I can't smell it. You know how like if somebody's hair is really, really dirty and it get to smelling like you need to wash it, it needs to be cleaned. Yeah, that's what that was smelling like. And I'm like, I don't like that. No, thank you. I can't stand unwashed hair. Do something to me. I can't. So anyway, I feel like some other stuff happened. What else going on? But yeah, essentially, you have to be at work all the time for you to say, "Oh, I want to do this." You're never there to train for that particular position, so it's like, why did you sign up for it if you're not even going to be here, ma'am? That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to anyone. But yeah, y'all, my bad. It is cold. It is cold. Yesterday was freezing because we got rain. We had a some kind of a front to come in. It was raining and all that stuff. I heard it was raining down down that way too in Alabama and all that. My friend messaged me, letting me know that it was raining really bad down there, and she wanted to just leave work and go crawl up in the bed. I was like, yeah, I want to stay in the bed myself because it was moving in. We hadn't gotten it quite yet by the time she messaged me and said that. Oh my gosh, y'all. What else? I feel like some other stuff. But we just had a lovely day because the side heifer was not up there. Um, it was amazing. And we just kept busy all day. And y'all, oh my gosh, one thing I want to say, another reason why, outside of the fact that that shirt had the that department like covering the whole shirt, y'all, that shirt done got so big on me. And when I first got it, when they were introducing it to us, telling us that we were gonna get this department or whatever, I got it in the size that I was at the time. It was a 3X. Okay, I'm still huge, but that shirt was a 3X. And all of my shirts from this company, it's made, they have a specific company that makes their shirts. So they use the same type of material. Tell me why, like maybe an hour into the shift, I was like, doggone. And I realized how baggy the shirt is now. Like on me, it kind of feel like it's like a 7X. Like if it was longer, I would probably now be using it as a gown. Like it is huge on me. It was swallowing me up. So then when the married man came up there, who got the divorce, he was like, "You got a bra on?" And at first I looked at him sideways and I was like, "Yeah, I got a bra on." And then I had to realize, I was like, "Oh, you asking me because of how, okay." And I had to, like, I showed him real quick. I was like, "Yeah, I got it," showed him the little strap. I was like, "Yeah, I got a bra on." But I was like, this shirt eating me up. It's swallowing me up. And so he was like, "Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, you right." I'm talking about my sleeves. I mean, even to the sleeves. And I have, y'all, this is what my arms look like. And for even that part, the sleeves, to be doing what they was doing, I was like, oh my gosh. Cause it's like one of my pairs of pants, I can't wear them no more. And them like my favorite pairs of go-to pairs of bottoms to wear to work. I can't wear them no more because they done started kind of like scaring me. I'm like, man, I don't know. These might slide all the way down. Don't nobody got time. Don't nobody got time. And they have like elastic. Like that's the thing. That's how I really know I've been losing weight. It's just elastic. Ain't no tying, ain't no zipper, ain't no buttons. There's nothing like that. I can't put no belt on because ain't no loops unless I were to add some. I don't want to pull out no kind of sewing machine and all that stuff in order to do that just for those pants. But yeah, I can't even wear them pants no more. So I ain't wore them pants in a couple of months. And this shirt, I was like, because I really have been losing weight some terrible, y'all. It's gonna be bad once I really start losing. Because I'm going back alkaline. It's gonna be a mess, y'all. Um, Transparency. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I plan on going to get me some Taco Bell tomorrow. Well, later on today. Um, it's gonna be some quesadillas, chicken quesadillas. I don't know if y'all ever had those before, but for the last 3 or 4 days, I've been getting quesadillas and drinking that new drink from there, and still be losing weight. And I'm just, cause I be doing, y'all, I be doing the absolute most at work. And I'm not trying to say I'm gonna go do all these things and brag because I'm losing weight still, despite all the crap I'm eating. I'm just saying, like, I'm still not in that great of a headspace, but I already know. I mean, ain't no reason to fight it, and I'm just gonna go do. I mean, I am. I'm being transparent. I'm having the cravings, and I'm going, and I'm just gonna go get the stuff tomorrow. Um, but like I told y'all before, the absolute latest for me for all this junk is gonna be cut off. The last day is whatever the last day of this month gonna be, and then June 1st, that's when alkaline starts back up all the way. You know, if hands or buts about it. And it's crazy because I just picked up some strawberries that I just got from the store. Um, two things of strawberries. They was on sale. I had a gift card, a $5 gift card now. Now you would think, okay, what kind of raggedy strawberries you get for that? Them strawberries smell so good. They look so good. I gotta clean them properly, y'all. Y'all know how strawberries can be. But they smell so good and look so good. It took everything in me not to devour them. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash them properly and freeze them because I'm not gonna eat it. Like it's like, what's the point if I know I'm gonna be eating like trash? So no, I'm not doing that. Um, but I am gonna let y'all in on my journey. I'm going to post before pictures and progression pictures. Yeah, y'all saw me do a video one day where I had this dress on. I don't even know if y'all knew it was a dress, but it was a dress. I ain't go nowhere. And if I had gone somewhere, I would have had to beat people off with a stick. I'm just saying, and despite the fact that I'm still fat and got stomach and rolls and everything everywhere, I'm just saying, it's going to be a before picture. And I'm going to tell y'all the weight that I'm starting at and all of that. And I'm just going to keep y'all updated on what's going on with that. But yeah, work is what keeps me going. As far as my heart pumping and all of that, because you already know you got to get that cardio in. If that's one, I ain't gonna lie, as much as them people get on my nerves, the stuff that I have to do, I'm telling y'all, the Lord be knowing. I'm telling y'all, the Lord be knowing because I did not apply for this job. I applied several times at this place to get one of many positions, and like the third or fourth time I applied, I ended up getting the last thing I applied for, which was not this. It was the lowest paying job there, right? Because I had experience in it. And I'm like, I don't mind starting at the bottom and working my way up and proving that I can do that. Even though I've been able, like I've done stuff like what I'm doing now before to a certain extent. Y'all got up in there. They'd already told me I had gotten a job off rip. The person lived for me and retired not long after that, who did my interview. It ended up being a Zoom interview, all of that, whatever. And they just wrote down on everything what our identifying numbers were, which are very unique. Nobody is to know them and all of that. And what shift I was going to work and the name of the department or whatever, what my title was going to be. And I was like, what is this? I was confused. I ended up being in a whole other department. Well, doing something else completely different from what I applied for. But when I tell y'all the Lord be knowing, he be knowing. It is what it is. So I'm grateful. And I'm going to keep pushing y'all. It's a lot that be going on behind the scenes. But I'm going to keep on pushing. I will let y'all know what's going on because I don't know if the married man who got the divorce is going to hit me up and want to try to go walking later on today or on Thursday. Y'all excuse me. My eyes getting irritated. Or what, but I'm probably not going to do it because I'm about to do my hair and that's time consuming for me. Even though I'm going to keep myself occupied, it's very time consuming. Knotless braids, that's time consuming. And yes, I know how to do knotless braids. I know how to do pretty much everything. And like I've told y'all before, I should have had a YouTube channel because y'all would have been, I would have had numbers out of this world. And people who talk about they created certain things, they didn't. And I was doing them years before they was doing them. Vixen, all that kind of stuff included. But anyway, y'all, I will see y'all later on. Have a good day.